All right. This is going to be page 2. Sorry, page 22. Sorry, y'all. In our digital interactive notebook. We're going to title this Guided Practice. And we're going to do guided practice problems on angle measurement. If I move too fast, please let me know that I'm moving too fast, okay? All right? The practice problems are going to be on angle measurement, where you have 2 parallel lines cut by transversal. Two parallel lines or a pair of parallel lines cut by transversal, okay? And you're going to find the measurement of all the angles that are formed, right? So I'm going to draw a picture, label the picture, and then give you an example. So the picture in this diagram, we're going to have 2 parallel lines. This is one of them, and this is the other. These lines are in the same flat surface, and they're going to go on in both directions, but they're never going to cross each other. They're never going to touch. That's what makes them parallel. We're going to call this first line on top line M. And the second line on the bottom is line N. We're going to cut these pair of parallel lines with another line going in this direction, and we're going to name this line T. Line T is the transversal line because by definition, a transversal line is a line that cuts or intercepts a pair of parallel lines. It cuts through a pair of parallel lines. This is your transversal line, and we're going to name that line T. I'm going to pause for the cause, okay? So you can catch up. All right, so from this diagram, you can infer what's given. In this diagram, as we read it, what's given, the information is given, is that you have 2 parallel lines, M and N. So you have line M. This is the symbol for line M. It's parallel. This is the symbol for parallel to line N. This is the symbol for line N. The other piece of information that you gather is that line T, the line that cuts a pair of parallel lines, is the transversal line. So we're going to write the symbol for line T is the transversal. Okay, line T is the transversal. This diagram, when we draw it, it forms 8 angles, okay? We're going to name those angles by using numbers. So we're going to name this first angle. You got 2 rays that share the same endpoint. We're going to name this angle right here, angle 1. This is, you write this down in your composition. All right. So again, this is angle 1. This angle that's formed is, we're going to call it angle 2. This bottom angle right here, we're going to call this angle 3. This angle formed, we're going to name it 4. On the bottom here, this angle that's formed, 5. This angle that's formed, 6. Angle on the bottom here, 7. And this last angle right here that's formed, we're going to name it 8. So we have 8 angles that are formed. Questions about that? Okay, so in this example, we're going to say if, and let's write it here. If the measurement of angle 1 is equal to 50 degrees, we're going to find the measurement of all the other angles. Find the measurement of angle 2. Then find the measurement, let me slide this over a little bit. Find the measurement of angle 3. Find the measurement of angle 4. Got to write this correctly. That's where it is. Find the measurement of angle 5. Find the measurement of angle 6. Find the measurement of angle 7. And find the measurement of angle 8. And I'm going to pause for the cause so you can write it down. All right, so here, the measurement of angle 1, and guys, you can start writing right now and just only focus on what I'm saying, and then you can go back and copy, because it's way more important that you understand it and you can go back and write it a little later. So the measurement of angle 1 is 50. So in the diagram, I'm going to put 50 here as the measurement of angle 1. So now I have to find all these other measurements by using the definitions that we learned here. Okay? All right. One of the things that we talked about is a straight angle. A straight angle, I'm going to write this out to the side. A straight angle is 180 degrees. So if it forms a straight line, then those two angles that form a straight line are supplementary, and they are both, when you add them together, equal 180 degrees. So here, this is a straight angle. This is a straight line. So 1 plus 2, the measurement of this angle plus the measurement of this angle is 180 degrees. So to find the measurement of angle 2, we're going to take 180 degrees and subtract 50 from it to see what 2 is. So when we subtract 50 from 180, that's going to give us what? What does that give us? Anybody? Very good. That's going to give us 130. Great job. So the measurement of angle 2 is 130 degrees. So here, the measurement of angle 2 is 130 degrees. Questions about how we found the measurement of angle 2? Okay. So now we have the other angles that we have to find. Remember, going back and using some of our definitions, vertical angles are angles that are diagonal from each other, and they are also congruent. Okay, so let's look and see if we have vertical angles, and we do. 1 is vertical to 4. So that means whatever 1 is, so is 4. So since 1 is 50 degrees, 4 is also 50 degrees. Any questions about how we found the measurement of angle 4? 1 and 4 are vertical. So whatever 1 is, so is 4. That's 50 degrees. That is correct. Yes. Great job. You're exactly right. All right. So the other pair of vertical angles is going to be 2 and 3. You see how 2 and 3 are diagonal from each other? They are vertical. They share the same little vertex here, and they are vertical from each other. They're diagonal. So whatever 2 is, so is 3. So since 2 is 130, 3 is also 130. So I'm going to put 130 in the diagram, and I'm also going to put 130 here, 130 degrees here. Okay? Now, I need to find the degrees of these here at the bottom. Using my definitions from before, I'm going to use corresponding angles. Remember, corresponding angles are those angles that are in similar positions, and they are congruent. So in my diagram, 1 and 5 are in the same position. They're both in the top left corner. So whatever 1 is, so is 5 because they correspond. So since 1 is 50 degrees, 5 is also 50 degrees. And remember, this only works because we got two parallel lines cut by transversal. So 1 and 5 are corresponding. So whatever 1 is, so is 5. So 5 is going to be, let me write in the diagram, 50 degrees. So here we're going to put 50 degrees. Then we can use vertical angles again if we want. These are vertical, 5 and 8. We could use corresponding angles. 2 and 6 correspond with each other. Okay? We could say that because 5 and 6 form this straight line, we can subtract 180 minus 50 and get this 130. Either way we go, we're still going to get 130 degrees here. Because look, 2 and 6 correspond. So 2 and 6 have the same measurement. So either way we go, whatever definition we use, we're still going to get 130 for 6. So we got 130 here. Any questions about how we get 130 by either subtracting 50 from 180 because it forms a straight line, or 2 and 6 correspond, so that means whatever 2 is, so is 6, or it's alternate interior with 3. 3 and 6 are alternate interior. They're both on the inside. One's on the left, one's on the right, one's on the top, one's on the bottom. So 3 and 6 are also going to be congruent. Okay? So now we can figure out what 7 is. 7 and 6 are vertical. Okay? Also, 3 and 7 correspond. They're both in the bottom left corner. So either way you go, 7 is going to be 130 as well. 7 is also an alternate exterior angle with 2. They're both on the outside and on opposite ends. One's on the top, one's on the bottom. One's on the left, one's on the right. And the last is the measurement of angle 8. 5 and 8 are vertical. They are vertical. So whatever 5 is, so is 8. Also, 4 and 8 are corresponding. They're both in the bottom right corner. So they have to be equal as well. Either way you go, 8 is going to be, the measurement of angle 8 is going to be 50. Any questions about how to use these definitions so that you can get the measurement of all of these angles? Yes. Yes, you're going to be given one measurement and you have to find all the other measurements. That is correct. No problem. At this time, please copy, and I'm going to pause for the calls. Problem to do on your own here. Okay, I'm going to draw the diagram first. This time I'm going to have two parallel lines going this way. Okay, and I'm going to call the first parallel line P and the second one Q. And it's too far apart. Sorry. Let me bring it a little closer together. That's better. And then I have my transversal line. And I'm going to name my transversal line V. Okay. So over here to the side, I'm going to write the information that's given. What you can gather from the picture is that line P is parallel to line Q. Okay? And that line V is the transversal. Okay? This is the information that you gather. And it forms 8 angles. Instead of using numbers this time, I'm going to use letters. I'm going to say that this is angle A, this is angle B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Sure. Yes, baby. Okay. Can you see the letters now? Okay. So here, you got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. And this is going to be the problem. We got if the measurement of angle H, and that's this angle right here, is equal to 105 degrees, then find the measurement of all the other angles. Find measurement. I have enough space to write it here. You're finding the measurement of, you got the measurement of A, the measurement of B, measurement of angle C, measurement of angle D, measurement of angle E, measurement of angle F, the measurement of angle G. Okay, so find all of the other measurements. Okay, so if we have H is 105 degrees, we're going to put 105 degrees here for H. Remember that a straight angle, a straight line is going to be 180 degrees. So we can go with our straight line this way, or we can go this way. Doesn't matter. Okay. If I go this way with my straight line, that means H and G, when I add them together, it's going to give me 180 degrees. So to figure out what G is, I'm going to say 180 degrees minus 105 degrees. Yes. Oh, it's because I had it on pause. Sorry. Thank you for telling me because I didn't even know. All right. So here makes a straight line. Sorry, y'all. This makes a straight line here. Okay. So since this is 105, this straight line, you can go this way with the straight line or you can go this way with the straight line. I'm going to go this way. So G plus H is 180 because it forms a straight line. So to figure out what G is, we're going to say 180 minus 105 to find G. So when I say 180 minus 105, what does that give me? Anybody? Very good. So this is going to be 75 degrees for G. So I'm going to find G here and put 75 degrees. Great job. Okay. So now I can use all those other definitions that we talked about. Vertical angles being one of them. G is vertical to F. So whatever G is, so is F. So F is also 75 degrees. Okay. H is vertical to E. They're diagonal from each other. So whatever H is, so is E. So E is 105 degrees. Okay. Now we got to figure out what these angles are up here. So the other definition that we could use is alternate exterior, angles on the outside, but on opposite ends, that would be B and G. They're on the outside, one's on the top, one's on the bottom, one's on the left, one's on the right. So B and G are congruent or corresponding angles, angles that are in the same position. A and E are in the same position. So whatever A is, so is E. Whatever E is, so is A. So since E is 105, A is also 105 degrees. So I'm going to put 105 here. Also, A and H are alternate exterior. One's on the top, one's on the bottom, one's on the left, one's on the right, and they're outside of the parallel lines. They're alternate exterior. That makes them congruent as well. Okay. F and B are corresponding angles. So that means whatever F is, so is B. Whatever B is, so is F. So B is also 75 degrees because they're corresponding angles. So B is 75. Okay. D and H are corresponding angles. So whatever D is, so is H. So this is also 105. D is also 105 degrees. D is also alternate interior with E. They're both on the inside. One's on the top, one's on the bottom, one's on the left, one's on the right. They're alternate interior. So whatever E is, so is D. Alternate interior. Okay. The last is C. C corresponds with G. They're both in the bottom left corner. So whatever G is, so is C. So since G is 75, C is 75. C is also alternate interior to F. C and F are alternate interior, both on the inside. One's on the top, one's on the bottom. One's on the left, one's on the right. And it's also vertical to B. You can use any of those definitions to figure out the missing measurements. Any questions about that?